Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Chris again, back here with some more Chris Wrestling reviews. Today, you guys, over professional wrestling. Before I get started with this video, you guys, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my video if you haven't. If you already have, I really do appreciate all the support. And continue to comment down, and will give me some comments down below. Ask any questions. Feel free on, what do I think questions, how do I feel questions, and so on and so forth, just to name those two things right there. So I'm going to get down to what the topic states, where it's the AEW Friday Night Dynamite review video from yesterday night, you guys. The first match we had of the night, which was Pac and Penta El Cero Miedo versus the Young Bucks, the team of Matt and Nick Jackson. One of the greatest tag teams in professional wrestling. Two brothers, very talented, and so I'm ready to see you guys how long the Young Bucks can hang on to those AEW World Tag Team titles, and it's great that they have them right now. All right, so the first match, you guys, just want to read a couple of highlights real quick, if you guys don't mind. Penta El Cero Miedo, he was in the ring with Matt Jackson, and Matt Jackson ends up pushing the referee into pushing the referee into Penta, and so Penta ends up poking the referee in the eye, and the referee was holding his eye, and then that's when Matt Jackson pulls the mask off of Penta, but Penta has a second mask on, and so you guys, after then, that's when Penta hits the what's that move called that he does, the Fear Factor. And once he does the Fear Factor, that's when Penta attacks, and Pac goes up for the Black Arrow, but Nick Jackson ends up coming in and making the save on his brother. Then of course we had some help. Matt and Nick Jackson had some help from the Good Brothers, and so they end up retaining their tag team titles. So who will the Young Bucks face next for the AEW? Who will they defend their AEW World Tag Team title against? So I'm ready to see who will be that lucky team next. All right, then you guys, we had an in-ring little thing, you guys, where Tony Schiavone, of course, as he normally comes out doing in-ring interviews and all that stuff, you guys, he introduced the new signee of AEW, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. And Mark Henry, he's very phenomenal, very strong, a very nice guy, you guys, I have to say the least. Silsbee, Texas native. And so Tony Schiavone asked him the question, will we see the world's strongest man wrestle again? And Mark Henry, he said, I won't say yes, but I still have a lot left in the tank. So I'm definitely, if Mark Henry does wrestle, I'm ready to see. I hope he wrestle at least 3 matches, between now and sometime in like the middle of this time next year. So we'll see how it's gonna happen. He may just wrestle on the big shows, not like the wrestling, but like on the main shows that AEW, like their pay-per-views, where they would have, he'll probably wrestle then. But we're definitely gonna see it. Then Tony Schiavone and Mark Henry was interrupted, you guys, by another AEW signee, which is Andrade Cien Almas, also known, you guys, as Andrade, also known now as Andrade El Idolo. And so he said that he used to call himself the face of the Latinos, but he referred right now that he's the face of all elite wrestling. And so you guys, I'm ready to see Andrade El Idolo fight, fight in AEW. Where will he stand in AEW? Hopefully, you guys, that we will have some incredible matches. Because over in that other company, you guys, he didn't really they didn't really let this man show the skills that he got, because they want to keep it how it is right now. But I would definitely want to see some high flying action, a lot of kick outs, and so on and so forth. So you guys, I know you agree with me with Andrade El Idolo, coming to AEW. He was a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Also, he was a champion in CMLL, is another professional wrestling company that you can also Google here. I mean, not Google. You can also YouTube here. Check them out. Also, check out the other professional wrestling company. It's called what is it called? It's called AAA Lucha Libre. Check them out as well. A lot of high flying action. If you love high flying, I recommend you go ahead and check that out. Then you guys, we had the second match where we had Cody Rhodes and Big Shotty Lee Johnson versus the team of Anthony Ogogo and QT Marshall, the members of the Factory. So you guys, basically in this match right here, Cody Rhodes tried to hit the crossroads, but Aaron Solo, with the blue haired guy that you seen last night, you guys, on AEW, comes out and tried to distract Cody Rhodes, and then Anthony Ogogo slides back in the ring and then knocks out Cody Rhodes as QT Marshall picks up the victory. What will happen next with Anthony Ogogo and QT Marshall? Will this feud continue on with Cody Rhodes, or where will it go next? So let me know your thoughts and opinion down below in the comment section over that match. Then we had a in-ring promo with the Inner Circle. They basically talked about it's far from over with the Pinnacle, and how the Pinnacle, really started it and all that good stuff, you guys. Of course, with MJF, a great superstar, a great future superstar, I have to say the least, that I can see him as being. So also, Jake Hager challenged Warlord to a MMA fight soon. I think it's next week, or in 2 weeks or something like that, you guys. So will Warlord accept Jake Hager's challenge to a MMA fight on Dynamite? So we will definitely see how that will happen. And Chris Jericho gave out the Stampede Inner Circle shirts that were under every single person's seat that was at AEW Friday Night Dynamite in Jacksonville at the Daily's Place. So yeah, you guys, Inner Circle, a great faction of a team to be with and all that good stuff. Third match we had of the night, you guys, we had Jungle Boy and Christian Cage versus Private Party. Jungle Boy ends up picking up the victory for his team with Christian by using a snare trap. I believe it was on Mark Quinn for him to eventually tap out. Christian Cage ends up getting attacked by Matt Hardy after then. But you guys, over when AEW Double or Nothing happened, I was thinking Christian Cage was gonna win that match. But then again, you guys, as you can see, Christian Cage just got into AEW, and Matt Hardy just recently sort of kind of got there, but he's been there way longer, than some superstars that we have, watched over the years. And so with Christian, it just seemed like he's paving the way for the younger generation. So is Matt Hardy as well, and so is so many other superstars that we've watched. Because when I first started watching professional wrestling, it was WWE, of course, and I started watching it about 2004. I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, you guys. And so, surprisingly, I remember that. But at the same time, you guys, it's like, it's crazy. But then again, you guys, it's a great thing that these superstars are paving the way for the younger the generation that's really coming into the professional wrestling companies. So yeah, fourth match we had a championship celebration with the new AEW World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. and Nyla Rose ends up getting mad and, you know, hitting the Burger King sandwiches, you know, out of Tony Schiavone's Rebel and Dr. Britt Baker's hand. Then pops the balloons, throws the cheeseburgers into the crowd, you guys. So it looks like Nyla Rose is definitely going to have war with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Fourth match we had of the night, you guys. We had Red Velvet versus the Bunny. In this match, you guys, the Bunny had upper control. She had upper control of the match, but at the end, you guys, that's when Big Swole and the girl that Big Swole is always with ends up helping Red Velvet pick up the victory. She ends up, Red Velvet ends up doing like this roundabout kick, but it was like really loud, you guys. So congratulations to Red Velvet on picking up her victory. Got some matches, some stuff that AEW always do before the main event. We're gonna have Evil Uno versus Miro for the TNT Championship next week on Friday Night Dynamite, June the 11th at 8/7 Central Eastern Standard Time, probably 6 o'clock Pacific and 7 o'clock Central Time. But we'll, you know, whatever time AEW comes on, you know, when it comes on. So definitely to see this this match right here with these two superstars. Then we got Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy in 3 weeks for the AEW World Title. And this is going to be a special AEW. It's going to be on Saturday. I think they said June 26th. So make sure that you keep up with AEW, you know, news and all that stuff, you guys. And then we're gonna have the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus Penta El Zero Miedo, the Bastard Pac, and Eddie Kingston next Friday, June the 11th on Dynamite. Friday Night Dynamite, I have to say. But but then again, we got another match, you guys, where it's gonna be next week. We're gonna have Brian Cage and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Hangman Adam Page and Dark Order number 10. And Dark Order -1 is gonna be in the corner of Dark Order number 10. Then the main event we had, you guys, we had the natural Dustin Rhodes versus Nick Comoroto, the member of the Factory. It was a bull rope match, you guys. Dustin ends up getting put through a table, but then again he hog ties Nick Comoroto leg and goes for a pinfall and picks up the victory. It was great to see Dustin finish that match pretty nicely last night on AEW Friday Night Dynamite. And we will see who will Dustin Rhodes wrestle, maybe another member of the Factory group. So hopefully I would love to see another match with Nick Comoroto and Dustin Rhodes once again. So thank you guys for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I got more videos coming on the way, so stay tuned. And if you are subscribed, go ahead and click. If you are subscribed, if you haven't, turn on that notification bell. Go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of my video, or depending on however you're watching it, whether you're watching on your phone, you can see the video right there, and at the bottom you'll see that bell. Click that bell and go to all, and you'll see like the little quote marks over the top of the bell. So thank you all for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com, and stay tuned for more videos to come.